Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Petra Nemcova, supermodel, philanthropist, co-founder of All Hands and Hearts Smart Response, disaster risk reduction champion, and tsunami awareness advocate appointed by UNISDR, and Frank Giustra, chairman and CEO of the Giustra Foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are having an amazing, inspiring day. It's an honor to be here. You have seen these type of images from Puerto Rico 1 year after Hurricane Maria. I have seen similar type of images after many disasters around the world. 2 years later, 4 years later. I've been in this space post-disasters for the last 13 years, and I see the same pattern happening over and over, disaster after disaster, year after year, where first responders come, when they leave, communities are forgotten. And I hoped over the years that something will change, that somebody will take action and change this pattern. It wasn't happening. So I started to dig deeper and learned that 60% of the goods which are sent after natural disasters, they finish in a landfill. 70% of the funds which are raised after the first 2 months, actually 70% of the funds are raised within the first 2 months post-disaster, only 5% goes to rebuilding. Yet it takes on average 5 years to get communities back on their legs. There's a humongous gap for long-term rebuilding. So that's why we got together with Global Citizen and Good 360, because each of us, we've been so frustrated to see this pattern happening over and over. And we launched Resilient Response Initiative. What it is, it's a very simple pledge. Here we go. It's a very simple pledge of 6 points, which actually makes a common sense, yet common sense is not very common post-disasters. And that's, we are asking organizations, corporations, foundations, individuals to join us in thinking not just first response, but thinking long-term resilient response. Why does it matter? Because when you think long-term, you're able to get families on their legs faster, and you're able to build resilience. If you think only first response, you cannot build in resilience. And with the increase of natural disasters, we cannot longer afford not to think in a resilient way. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, and one of the incredible people who has been walking the walk and thinking long-term is here with me, Frank Giustra. He spoke yesterday here on this stage, and he's been my inspiration. Incredible leader in thinking long-term post-disasters with the refugee crisis. So I wanted to ask him, why is it important to you as a philanthropist, as a business leader, as a father, to take these type of long-term actions? Why is it important to you, and why you think it should be important to all of us?
Thanks, Petra. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Here's the problem. Here's the sad and unfortunate truth that the reporting on disasters makes the headlines for a really short period of time and then quickly disappears. And what disappears along with it is all the public outpouring of generosity. I've always felt if you want to be truly empathetic, think about the long-term needs of people that have gone through a disaster like a hurricane or earthquake. And I've done a lot of philanthropic work around the world on a number of different issues, including refugees, including poverty alleviation. And our approach has always been long-term sustainable solutions. So you got to fix the long-term problems. And what attracted me to your efforts, your organization, is this whole approach of dealing with the long term. Because again, it's wonderful that people are, have an outpouring of generosity at the beginning, but it quickly disappears. We all get on with our daily lives, and we forget. And so if we prepare in advance and prepare the funding and the programs in advance, then it'll be taken care of.
Thank you, Frank. Frank, right after Puerto Rico has been destroyed, he gave $400,000 donation, and for the 1 year anniversary of Hurricane Maria, gave a matching donation of $250,000, helping more families to get back to their safe homes, but also sending a very important message: we have to think long term. We should not forget these families. Now, we just launched the Resilient Response initiative last week and already have amazing support of companies from Airbnb, Salesforce.org, TUMI, UPS, and American Eagle just joined 2 days ago. But we need to come together on this. It's not about raising more money, it's about distributing the funds in the right way, funds and other resources in the right way. This is important for each and one of us because disasters are increasing, they're not going away, and we may be the next one needing this long-term help. So I ask you to check it out on resilientresponse.org and join us in this effort to think smarter and do smarter. Thank you.
Thank you.